Have you ever imagined a world where our minds could connect directly, sharing thoughts, emotions, and knowledge like never before? It sounds like science fiction, but science is getting closer to making it a reality. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating discoveries about the interaction between the human brain and the Earth's geomagnetic field, the possibility of a collective information network, and how this could transform our understanding of communication and consciousness. Get ready for a journey that unites technology, science, and spirituality to reveal the future of human connection. Without further ado, let's get started. A silent revolution. The connection between human minds. The possibility of a technology that connects human minds is a concept that defies conventional logic, but is getting closer and closer to reality. Imagine a world where every thought, every emotion could be shared instantly without the need for words or physical devices. This futuristic vision is fueled by the research of neuroscientist Michael Persinger, who suggests that the interaction between the human brain and the Earth's geomagnetic field could be the key to this connection. He proposes that by tuning our minds to this universal frequency, we could access a collective network of knowledge that transcends physical and cultural limitations. This idea may sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but remember how other innovations have been received in the past. The telephone and the internet, for example, were considered absurd before they became an essential part of modern life. Now imagine that we are about to take an even bolder step, integrating our minds directly into a new layer of interaction. This vision of mental connection goes beyond simple technological advances. It represents a revolution in the way we perceive consciousness and human communication. The geomagnetic field, an invisible but omnipresent force, could become the medium for transmitting information between minds, like a kind of universal Wi-Fi. Decades of research show that human brains interact with magnetic fields in subtle but measurable and even manipulable ways. For example, experiments have shown that magnetic impulses can influence emotional and cognitive states. What if these interactions could be refined to create a global communication system between people, without language or physical barriers? This technology, accessible to everyone who knows how to use it, could rewrite the rules of society, from education to personal relationships. Are we ready to accept the ethical, social, and scientific challenges that accompany this new era of global awareness? The mental connection revolution could be humanity's greatest leap towards true interconnection. The power of shared knowledge. Historical and future impacts. Information has always been a tool of power, shaping the course of history and influencing the fate of entire civilizations. From the invention of writing to the explosion of the internet, access to knowledge has determined who has control. Now imagine a world where everyone, without exception, had access to the knowledge accumulated by humanity. How would that transform our understanding of the world and of ourselves? More than the democratization of information, this possibility proposes a structural transformation. Knowledge would cease to be a commodity controlled by elites and become a universal resource. This idea is explored by researchers such as Michael Persinger, who suggest that the Earth's geomagnetic field could act as a channel for a collective network of thought and emotion, allowing minds to share experiences instantaneously. Historically, governments and institutions have monopolized information, fearing its transformative potential. When the masses access revolutionary ideas, social and political revolutions become inevitable. If we can connect our minds to this vast field of information, the equitable redistribution of power can become a reality. However, this transformation also presents challenges, such as ethical control over a global network of knowledge. While scientific progress is beginning to make this feasible, the question remains: Are we ready to balance freedom of access with the ethical principles that this connection demands? The impact of shared knowledge could not only redefine power dynamics, but also the very meaning of human autonomy. Science revealing the impossible, how we connect our minds. The science underpinning the idea of a mental connection between humans is both fascinating and challenging. Research such as that conducted by Michael Persinger investigates how magnetic fields influence brain activity, suggesting that under certain conditions, our brains can behave like antennae capable of picking up signals and information over long distances. This concept, although revolutionary, is rooted in concrete experiments and discoveries. Studies have shown that at times of low geomagnetic activity, human brains seem more receptive to external stimuli, opening the door to non-verbal communication based on electromagnetic frequencies. For example, researchers such as Stanley Krippner carried out experiments in which physically separated individuals had dreams that reflected images or feelings of another person, as if their minds were synchronized on a deep level. The possibility that our thoughts and emotions can be shared instantaneously raises intriguing questions about the limits of consciousness and the nature of communication. If we can prove that this connection is feasible and develop technologies to control it, we would be facing a new form of human interaction. But the science behind this phenomenon is still uncharted territory. The exact workings of this brain interaction and its relationship with magnetic fields remain a mystery. However, recent advances in neuroscience and physics suggest that we are closer to unraveling these enigmas. Persinger's research also explores how the human brain emits photons, particles of light, which may be involved in quantum entanglement processes between minds. If we fully understand how these connections work, the implications will be profound. Imagine being able to convey an idea, emotion, or memory without needing words or gestures. This discovery would transform not only science, but also philosophy, spirituality, and human relationships. Communication that transcends physical and cultural barriers could help us overcome conflicts, better understand each other's perspectives, and perhaps achieve global harmony. However, this revolution requires responsibility. How do we protect mental privacy? How would we prevent the abuse of this technology? The science behind the mind connection is still in its early stages, but what we already know is enough to dream of a future where our minds are more united than ever. When minds synchronize, a transformative experience. Imagine an experiment where two people physically separated by kilometers are able to share information through the same magnetic field, as if their minds were connected by an invisible thread. Studies carried out by Dr. Michael Persinger show that by sharing the same magnetic field, minds can operate almost as a single consciousness, achieving surprising precision in the transfer of information. For example, in some experiments, images or thoughts generated by one person were perceived by another, even without any traditional means of communication. This idea is not only revolutionary, it challenges what we understand about the separation between individuals. If we can access a network of information that transcends physical and cultural barriers, how would this transform human communication? This possibility opens up a wide range of questions about the nature of consciousness and interconnection. Could our brains function as transmitters and receivers of information connected by a universal frequency? Studies into the influence of magnetic fields on brain activity suggest that, under certain conditions, this deep synchronization is more than a hypothesis. For example, during geomagnetic storms, some people report inexplicable feelings of connection or synchronicity with others, as if their mental states were influenced by external forces. If we could fully understand how this synchronization occurs, the impact would be immense. Imagine work teams collaborating in perfect harmony, couples understanding each other on a level never achieved before, or entire communities sharing ideas and emotions as a single organism. However, this also raises important ethical and social questions. How would we protect mental privacy in a world where minds are interconnected? How far would we go to explore this connection? We are only just beginning to unravel the mysteries of this discovery, and each step brings us closer to a future where human interaction will be redefined by unprecedented communication. Technology and consciousness, a future of mental connections. The technology that will make mental connection possible is still in its early stages, but advances already indicate a promising future. Imagine a portable device, like a headset or a neural implant, that could tune your mind to the Earth's geomagnetic field, allowing you to access other people's thoughts, emotions, and knowledge in real time. It sounds like science fiction, but current research suggests that this reality is closer than we think. Dr. Persinger and other scientists are investigating how photons emitted by the human brain can trigger quantum entanglement between minds, enabling a form of communication that transcends physical limitations. This quantum connection not only opens up new possibilities for communication, but also has the potential to transform the way we understand each other and interact. Imagine using this technology to learn skills directly from the mind of an expert, or sharing memories with loved ones, creating a level of intimacy never before experienced. For example, you could access the experiences and emotions of a distant friend, as if you were living the moment alongside them. This could revolutionize sectors such as education, mental health, and even the way we build our relationships. However, like any emerging technology, mental connection brings significant challenges. How will we regulate access to this network? Will there be risks of mental manipulation or violation of privacy? The question of ethics will be central to the development of these tools. In addition, we must consider the psychological impact of sharing thoughts and emotions so openly. Is humanity ready to deal with such a profound level of interconnectedness? Although the challenges are great, the promise of a future where our minds can operate in perfect harmony with technology and with each other is irresistible. We are on the brink of a new frontier where science, technology, and human consciousness will meet to create a world of infinite possibilities. Collective consciousness, a vision of global collaboration. The idea of a collective consciousness is as old as humanity, present in mythologies and philosophies throughout the centuries. Now, modern science is exploring its practical application as a model of global collaboration. Unlike the historical impact of shared knowledge, which transformed power structures, collective consciousness proposes something more: the synergy between individual experiences and a universal understanding. By accessing a shared information field, human minds could work together in real time to solve global problems, exchange ideas, and create innovative solutions. Imagine a world where climate crises or social inequalities were tackled by a collective intelligence, powered by millions of connected minds. Researchers such as Michael Persinger suggest that the Earth's geomagnetic field could be the key to unlocking this interconnection, allowing thoughts and emotions to be synchronized for a common purpose. However, this utopian vision brings ethical challenges. Who would manage this network? And how would we prevent individual or corporate interests from monopolizing this collaboration? Collective consciousness is more than a technological advance. It is a call to rethink the way we collaborate as a species, putting empathy and the common good before personal interests. The key to this future lies in building a balance between technology, ethics, and human purpose. Controlled knowledge: how to break down censorship barriers. Human history reveals how the control of information has been used as a tool to maintain power hierarchies. From the burning of books in the Middle Ages to the silencing of revolutionary ideas in authoritarian regimes, knowledge has been treated as a threat when it is not managed by those in control. When new discoveries challenge prevailing systems, they are often discredited or manipulated, limiting their dissemination. This control is not just a historical issue, it remains a contemporary reality, where censorship and disinformation are used as political and social weapons. Imagine the impact of breaking down these barriers in a world where every individual had unrestricted access to the knowledge accumulated by humanity. Governments and institutions would lose their monopoly on narratives and truths, and communities could organize themselves based on authentic facts. However, simply increasing access to information is not enough. We need to develop a critical conscience to interpret and filter data, as well as create decentralized networks that protect knowledge from manipulation. Breaking down the barriers of information control is a challenge that requires courage, but the impact would be revolutionary. A world where the truth not only liberates, but also unites, creating a space for building a fairer and more informed society. When emotions connect, exploring magnetic empathy. Emotions are the basis of human connections, shaping our relationships and decisions in profound ways. Now imagine sharing emotions directly, without the need for words or gestures. This idea, which sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, is being investigated by scientists such as Dr. Michael Persinger. He suggests that magnetic fields generated by the brain can transmit emotional signatures, creating a direct interconnection between minds. If confirmed, this discovery could revolutionize areas such as mental health and diplomacy. For example, in contexts of conflict, transmitting empathy directly could dissolve emotional barriers that hinder mutual understanding. In negotiations, a shared emotional state of calm and cooperation could be more effective than carefully chosen words. However, this technology raises challenges. How willing would we be to expose our most intimate emotions? In addition, the possibility of mass emotional manipulation becomes a central ethical concern. With proper regulations, the potential of this emotional interconnection is vast. Imagine therapists literally feeling the emotions of their patients or teachers, transmitting states of inspiration and focus to their students. This technology redefines empathy, transforming it into a collective and tangible force that can strengthen communities and humanize relationships in an increasingly interconnected world. Beyond humanity. Communication between species and the web of life. Communication is not exclusively human. It permeates the entire animal kingdom in forms that we are still unraveling. From magnetic signals used by schools of fish to synchronize movements to the complex dance patterns of bees, the interconnection between species is a clear example of interdependence in nature. Events such as geomagnetic storms, which interfere with the orientation of birds and fish, show the impact of the magnetic field on natural communication. But what if we could understand and even replicate these mechanisms? Research indicates that humans are also sensitive to magnetic fields, especially at times of low geomagnetic activity, which can facilitate deeper connections between minds. By applying this knowledge, we could develop technologies to interact directly with other species, understanding their needs and emotions. For example, conservation initiatives could adapt strategies to better respect ecosystems by listening to what animals are trying to communicate. In addition, the connection between species teaches us valuable lessons about coexistence and collaboration. If we decipher these communication patterns and apply them to human society, we can create more harmonious and sustainable social systems. This expansion of our understanding of what it means to be connected can transform not only how we interact with the natural world, but also how we recognize our role as an integral part of the web of life. The future of human connection, technology, and consciousness in harmony. The exploration of mental connection and collective consciousness is not just a technical advance. It is an invitation to re-evaluate our values and responsibilities as a society. Reflection is crucial to ensure that these innovations promote a balanced and ethical future. How can these technologies be used for the collective good, rather than perpetuating inequalities or concentrating power in a few hands? This is one of the fundamental questions that needs continued attention. On the one hand, the opportunities are vast. A network of collective consciousness could transform global collaboration, allowing communities to tackle challenges such as climate change and social inequalities with a shared intelligence. On the other hand, there are risks. Who will have access to this network? How will we regulate the use of technologies that can invade thoughts or manipulate emotions? And how will we preserve individuality in a world where I and we are becoming less distinct? These reflections also invite us to prioritize genuine human connections, even in a future dominated by technology. Empathy, collaboration, and authenticity cannot be replaced by digital networks, but they can be amplified by them. Only by balancing technological advances with sound ethical principles can we turn the dream of a collective conscience into a reality that enriches our lives and preserves our humanity. Reflecting on the ethical implications of human connection. Reflecting on the advances that shape our lives is a crucial act in ensuring that they lead us to a balanced and meaningful future. As we explore the possibilities of mental connection and collective consciousness, reflection becomes even more necessary. It's not just about absorbing knowledge or celebrating innovations, but questioning how these discoveries impact our daily lives, our relationships, and our view of the world. What have we learned so far about the interactions between technology, consciousness, and humanity? How can these advances be applied ethically and responsibly? These questions not only guide our progress, but also help us understand who we are becoming in the process. Reflection also invites us to consider the risks and limitations of these innovations. For example, while the possibility of mental connection offers incredible opportunities for collaboration and mutual understanding, it can also create new inequalities or security challenges. Who will have access to these technologies? How will we ensure that they are used for the collective good and not for control or exploitation? These questions are essential to prevent the race for technical progress from overtaking our ability to understand and manage its ethical implications. Moreover, reflection is an invitation to reconnect with what really matters. In an increasingly interconnected world, it's easy to lose sight of the essence of genuine human connections. Reflection reminds us that, however advanced technology becomes, it should serve as a tool to strengthen our bonds and promote harmony, not as a substitute for empathy and understanding. Taking the time to ponder the impact of these advances on our lives helps us build a future where innovation and humanity coexist in balance. This practice is an essential step towards transforming abstract possibilities into realities that enrich our lives and communities. Together for Knowledge, the role of community in global connection. No significant transformation can take place without the unifying force of community. As we explore the possibilities offered by mental connection and collective consciousness, it becomes clear that the role of community is central to this journey. It is not only the space where we share ideas and experiences, but also the fertile ground where solutions to the ethical, social, and technical challenges that accompany these innovations germinate. As individuals, our perspectives are limited, but when we come together in pursuit of a common goal, we create a transformative power capable of shaping the future. A strong community can serve as a guardian of the ethical principles that should guide the development of revolutionary technologies. For example, open debates about privacy, equal access, and cultural impacts are essential to ensure that these innovations benefit everyone, not just a privileged elite. In addition, global communities can become living laboratories, testing and adjusting these ideas in real contexts while reflecting local needs and values. An example of this would be the creation of decentralized platforms where people from different cultures can collaborate to define the standards for the ethical use of these technologies. At the same time, the role of the community goes beyond the technical and ethical sphere. It is also a source of emotional and spiritual support, helping us to deal with the uncertainties and anxieties that accompany such profound changes. Imagine the impact of global support groups connected by these new technologies, where individuals can share experiences, offer encouragement, and learn from each other. This exchange not only strengthens individuals, but also creates a sense of belonging and interdependence that is vital for building a more connected and aware future. Finally, community reminds us that the quest for progress is not a solitary journey, but a collective construction. As we explore these new frontiers of science and spirituality, we must unite in a joint effort to ensure that these discoveries are used responsibly and inclusively. The role of the community is to be the thread that intertwines individuals, ideas, and purposes, creating a social fabric strong enough to sustain the challenges and wonders of the future we are building together. The journey of knowledge, exploring new frontiers. The journey of knowledge is a relentless and challenging quest that leads us to new discoveries about ourselves and the world around us. As we explore the possibilities of mental connection and collective consciousness, we are invited to keep an open and curious mind, essential elements for navigating uncharted territory. Each scientific and technological advance brings us closer to a deeper understanding of human interconnectedness, but also raises new questions. What does it really mean to be connected? How can this knowledge be practically integrated into our daily lives? Reflecting on what we have learned so far is crucial to turning abstract discoveries into concrete actions. For example, understanding how our brains can interact on previously unimaginable levels leads us to question the very nature of individuality. How can we use this interconnectedness to promote deeper understanding between people, minimize conflict, and encourage global collaboration? These insights are not just philosophical concepts. They have the potential to impact areas such as education, mental health, and large-scale problem-solving. However, the journey of knowledge is not linear. It is marked by exciting breakthroughs and moments of uncertainty, requiring us to remain adaptable and resilient. In a world where information is increasingly accessible, the real challenge is to discern what is relevant and applicable. How can we filter out the noise and focus on what really matters? This ability to distinguish the essential is what allows us to apply knowledge in a meaningful way, transforming complex theories into practical tools for personal and collective growth. This journey also challenges us to question our own prejudices and limitations. Are we really ready to embrace interconnection as an everyday reality? This requires not only an intellectual effort, but also an emotional and spiritual one, as a deeper understanding of our connection with others can confront us with uncomfortable truths about our choices, beliefs, and behaviors. It is in this confrontation that the potential for true growth lies. Finally, the journey of knowledge reminds us that there is never an end point. Every discovery is a springboard for new questions and explorations. If we can consciously understand and access this network of information that connects minds and experiences, we will be opening doors to a new era of human understanding and collaboration. The journey is long, but it's where we find purpose, meaning, and the opportunity to shape a more connected and conscious future. After all, what really matters is not just the destination, but the learning and connections made along the way. And so we conclude this journey into the future of the connection between human minds. We've explored how science is uncovering possibilities that could revolutionize the way we connect with each other and with the universe. Now, the reflection is yours. How can these ideas transform our society and even our personal lives? If this content has brought you new perspectives, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Together, we will continue to explore the frontiers of knowledge and human potential. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.